Welcome back to Dialed In Angling. This week we are on our home waters. I'm joined by my good buddy Mitch Hackenmueller of Roach's Guide Service. And guess what? We are on Mille Lacs Lake. One of the biggest headlines this winter, at least out of Minnesota and almost all of ice fishing, has been the comeback of the yellow perch on Mille Lacs Lake. There's been lots of anglers coming out here getting lots of giant perch. Mille Lacs has always been known for big perch, but it's been about 10 years. And guess what? They are back. And Mitch and I are gonna show you how we go about finding these fish, catching these fish, and just getting after it. I love perch fishing, dude. I cannot wait.
I mean, we got a couple that are shining back at least dark red. They're right here. Right here at 25 feet. They still over here or no?
There was a couple. So what Mitch and I are trying to do today is we're staying off the edge of structure. A lot of times these perch will run the edges of either gravel bars, mud flats, or rock piles. They run these transition lines where it goes from, let's say, rock to mud or rock to sand. We're kind of in that silty, sandy area where there's lots of invertebrates, bug hatches that happen underneath the ice. So fish fly nymphs, larvae, bloodworms, they start coming out of the mud this time of year. Especially this year with little or no snow, there's tons and tons of bug activity going on. So we're just trying to hunt down these packs of perch as they're cruising through here. There's nothing really to hold them, so ice trolling down the break, scanning, and trying to land close to the schools to get them to come into your location.
So they're at 45 to 50. Yeah, you pushed them back to me at 40 and to the left a little now. Yeah, pretty much towards my graph. They're still holding 50 to 60.
50 or 60?
Yep. They were a little bit to your right, but not.
All right, I'll see if I can call them in. Here's one coming in. Got a good one? Yes! That's what we're after, man. That is a nice, big, healthy fish. Woo! Look at that sucker. It's worth the work, man.
Bellies on these ones.
I don't mind drilling holes. Look at them on your screen.
Yeah, we got them screaming through right now.
You know, Mitch and I pretty much drilled down the edge of this. We started, I'd say, a couple hundred yards that way on the transition. We just weren't seeing them. Mitch was finding some there yesterday. We came over here, there's some scattered rock, and then off the edge of the scattered rock, right on forward-facing sonar, we could kind of see little groups of them. I wasn't even done drilling, and Mitch is already whacking these big toad bellies. But that's a Mille Lacs perch. That's a beauty. There's lots of fish that size and bigger.
It's good to see them coming back here. It sure is fun.
There we go. Whole Christmas tree of them. Wow. Look at that screen. They're chasing this all the way up. This is a nice perch. That's what we're looking for. When I say Christmas trees, it's because your graph lights up like a Christmas tree. Sometimes you can, with the 2D sonar, you can just see the bottom bouncing with these big, huge perch. Now the key is to like take them off, get back down there as quick as possible before that school moves on. You know, Mitch and I are kind of playing cat and mouse outside right now to try to find these schools, but since they're in a basin situation like this and they're off structure, they're just roaming this vast area. So it's really important to kind of work as a team, but then try to get on top of these fish as quick as possible before they slide on.
Dialed In Angling, brought to you by Strike Master, Rapala, L&M Fleet Supply and DeWalt. And by Coors Light.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole. The right hole in the right spot at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby.
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
When it's time to eat, the VMC Rattling Roast Spoon calls them in. The spoon's design entices fish by combining its intense fluttering action with an exposed rattle chamber for maximum vibration. The Rattling Roach Spoon comes in 16 different colors, including UV bright and ultra glow options. Every spoon includes a marabou teaser tail, which conceals a tack-sharp VMC treble hook. Call the fish to you with the Rattling Roach Spoon. See it all at vmchooks.com.
It's that time again, anglers. Winter is here, and L&M Fleet Supply is ready to make this your best season ever. Head on into your favorite Northland location and browse our extensive collection of DeWalt tools and accessories, all guaranteed tough. Cut through the thickest ice with DeWalt's 20-volt cordless hammer drill. Brighten up your setup with the DeWalt handheld portable LED light. And stay entertained with the DeWalt Bluetooth speaker, weather-resistant, rugged, and ready for any adventure. Find guaranteed tough DeWalt quality products at L&M Fleet Supply. Quality at a discount.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
Look at my screen, look at that. They're absolutely loaded down there. Oh, heck yeah. I gotta get down there quickly. I don't know, Mitch, this might be an area we want to set up, man. There is quite a few schools here. And that's one thing if you find onesie, twosie perch, but when you find those big Christmas trees of schools, you know you've landed on them. Then you kind of find these areas, which I call like bug hotbeds, where there's lots of bugs. Look at this. Look at these fish. Watch them charge up. Watch them. See that? I mean, they are loaded right here. Oh, this is a nice one too. That's the fun part about perch fishing, is just how electric it is. Big schools of them like that. Once they get charged up, man, it's game on. You know, you do a lot of searching to find these schools, but once you land on them, then you capitalize on it like that, where you can just keep them interested, get your bait back down there as quick as possible. And I like this area. We kind of have this place to ourselves right here, you know, with all the headlines of all the big giant perch and the way they're biting, for good reason. People are taking advantage of it. They're bringing their wheelhouses out, they're setting up portables, but I still like to be on my own where I don't have a ton of people around. That way I have area to work. I can drill holes, move around, and get on top of these fish quickly.
There's one, whatever it is.
Here you go, Mitch.
This is the life of luxury here.
Heck yeah. Catching perch and loving life in the otter.
Staying warm. Fins up.
It was like an up bite. Look at that. Look at it. Look at them just race up. Look at your screen right now. Look at that screen. Now that is a Christmas tree. That would be the definition of a Christmas tree right there. Good fish too. Big toad belly. Oh, Mitch, look at them down here. My screen, your screen. I can't emphasize enough, when that school comes in, somebody has to have a lure in the water or take the fish off and get down there as quick as possible if you're fishing on your own, because it's amazing how fast they move. Look at that. Boom. Doubled up again. Wow. Rocking them, man.
I miss the heydays. I miss this. It's back.
It is back. Definitely back. Wow. And these are just beautiful jumbo perch. They're all just quality size too.
Unbelievable. Someone better get down before they leave. We keep doubling up. They're going to get away from us.
All right, so Tony has a school fired up. Let's take a look at the map here to figure out what he did and how you can do the exact same thing to find him. Mille Lacs is massive. There's structure all over the lake. There's mud flats, rock piles, shoreline sand, gravel, and the perch can be schooled up basically anywhere if there's food. I highlighted a couple of spots right up here. We're gonna break down this structure. This happens to be Garrison Reef right here. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit further. Now, Tony talks about following a contour line on his hunt. The line he's talking about is the last contour surrounding a reef. Garrison Reef right here happens to be rocks, but the last contour line is typically where the rocks transition to mud, and all the bugs are hatching out here in the mud. So that's where all the perch and even walleye and tullaby are also feeding right now. Areas that I might look at, this right here is a little depression off of a point, a little inside turn right here. We can slide down. Here's another little depression right there. You might drill a line of holes this way, maybe go out this way. 25, 50, 100 yards off the structure, out into miles of open abyss. The perch are out here. It can take a lot of work to find them, but the action is pretty nonstop when you do. Just know that they could be here today, or here, or down here today, and completely gone tomorrow.
Dialed In Angling, brought to you by Strike Master, Sportsman's Guide, Devil's Lake, North Dakota Tourism, and by Skidoo.
The lakes are locked. It's time to unlock them. No matter your mode of transport, your quarry, it takes a hole, the right hole, in the right spot, at the right time.
Oh man, look at that.
You need dependable, abundant power to match your motivation.
Yeah, baby.
The elements are hard enough. Don't fight it. Arm yourself with the cutting edge of the cutting edge. Arm yourself with Strike Master.
More than 50 years ago, right here in Minnesota, Sportsman's Guide made a commitment to work hard and treat customers fairly while outfitting them for outdoor success. Today, Sportsman's Guide continues to grow, selling the world's top outdoor brands at the very best prices, and they ship right to your front door. They also support America's veterans, shooting sports, women in the outdoors, and your favorite conservation organizations. For all of your outdoor needs, trust Sportsman's Guide.
I got to grow up sitting in a boat or going out on the ice since I was big enough to put my own boots on. And every year, me and my dad were planning a trip. We're going somewhere fishing, but Devil's Lake's one that we haven't got to go to yet. And I'm so happy that we got to do this because this is one of the best fisheries that I've been on, and that says a lot.
You know, I can't say enough about it. It was a great experience.
Plan your next adventure at devilslakend.com.
There's the fish right there.
Oh
That's a showstopper there, man.
Oh, buddy.
Hey everybody, Bill Shirk back in with this week's ice report. We're starting up on Lake of the Woods where Brian Beef, Sather, you guys have had an incredible winter up there. So much so you're celebrating it in, what is that, a junior high school football jersey?
It's throwback jersey day today, so I got my high school jersey on. You know, I'm originally from the cities, but I live up on Lake of the Woods for a reason, and it's for the incredible fishing, like you said. And this winter, it's been awesome. We're already at 30 inches of ice on the lake. We got phenomenal ice conditions, but the way it's been going, the good luck hat has to go down. We got to go to the Strike Master Bunny Foo-Foo hat here because it is windy up here. We've been catching crappies and walleyes like crazy right on the Canadian-American line using the hardball jigs from VMC, and it's been awesome. It's a smorgasbord. We're getting whitefish now, tulipies now. We're catching saugers, walleyes, crappies. It's like unbelievable up here. Get up to Lake of the Woods.
Transitioning from Lake of the Woods down into the Walker area, Josh Bullman, you are in the ice house today. Rumor is there's wind out there.
That seems to be the latest of 2 weeks. Has been a lot of windy days out on the lake.
Fishing's been okay. What are you using?
Fishing's been actually steady to pretty good, even with all the different changes in wind and pressures and all of that in the area. It's definitely a big fish bite out here on Leech Lake. And one of my favorite big fish lures is the Rip and Wrap right now. That works really, really well for them. Or you have the hatchet spoons or the tingler spoons, which I'll show here. These are my favorite colors out on Leech Lake. We've seen a lot of fish over 25 inches being caught right now.
Finally, we're going to head over to South Dakota where Marcus Quam, you are shacked up inside the Snow Bear. Any wind there this week?
Lots of it. It seems like 30 plus every day.
So what does that do to the fishing?
I mean, it's up and down. I mean, at some point you just hope you're on the right school at the right time, you know. You just kind of keep moving around and you keep drilling and keep looking. I've been running a Rip and Wrap and just being aggressive and calling those fish in from a distance. I mean, I might not catch them on it, but I'm going to draw those fish in where these other guys are going to have a chance to catch some of them too.
Good advice. What a year we are having.
There we go. Oh man, welcome back to Dialed In Angling. We got the otter set up. We are on Mille Lacs Lake hunting down giant perch. You know, the storyline this year on ice is that the perch are back on Mille Lacs big time. You know, I make my living on this lake for over 20 years. I've watched perch cycle from big numbers of perch to little. It's been minimum of 10 years since we've seen perch like this. Yeah, there he is. I loaded up. That is cool, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there's just so many nice ones down there, just wolf packs. You know, when I'm fishing perch like this, I love using spoons. As you can see, using the rattle and roach spoon. Look at them spit up the bugs. But the rattle and roach spoon with that marabou on there, and then loading it up with Eurolarva. But what's cool about the marabou and the Eurolarva combo is they stay on the hook a lot better than using a minnow head. Looks kind of crude, but it works a lot better than trying to keep a minnow head on there. And as you can see, this fish spit up exactly what they were eating. Like in the beginning, I was talking about the bugs, the invertebrates. These are literally lake flies and larvae that are hatching off the bottom. And these fish are just cruising around out here eating that larva and just picking up things off the bottom, eating perch stuff, and they're gorging themselves off those bugs. And that's why Mille Lacs perch grow so fast, is the fact there are literally hundreds of different bug hatches that happen on this lake all season long. Look at that, another beauty. Oh, Mitch, I feel like a little kid catching these things out here. It is great to see these fish back. I think last year, the fact that people weren't ice fishing, because we saw a lot of perch last year that were just not quite jumbos, This year they are jumbos and they are back, and it's great. It's unreal. I just love it. Hooked up, Aaron. Nice perch. Just non-stop doubles. Here we go. Here's a big one. Look at this one. Boom, like full inhale.
That was insane.
It's next level with the camera. I mean, look at that. It looks like an eruption on the bottom. All that silty sand down there.
Oh, that was fun to watch. Unreal.
Mitch isn't even fishing right now. He's just watching me catch them on camera. That's how fun it is. That's a nice fish, Mitch. We're gonna keep a few perch here. You know, most of these perch that we're catching are out in deep water, so they're susceptible to barotrauma. So we're gonna make the best of it and have a good old-fashioned perch fry, my friend.
And we are gonna be eating well.
Dialed In Angling, brought to you by Onyx Fish, Markham Technologies, Heat Hog, and by Otter Outdoors.
Welcome back to Dialed In Angling. We are on Mille Lacs Lake. Oh, there's a big jumbo. Chasing down big schools of perch. Oh, there is not a funner bite you can have on ice. That is for sure, just spitting up bugs. Basically out in the basin, the transition areas, whatever you want to call it. But the Mille Lacs perch are back big time. And Mitch and I have landed on the pot of gold, that's for sure. There you go. Double, baby. Doubled up. What a fun day. Oh, that's a beauty. In addition to the perch being back, these tulibies are back as well. I mean, that bodes well for the health of this lake. That one just sucked it in.
That's where that camera is key.
Well, and that's where the roach jig with the marabou is key, because that thing, I mean, I was down to just like half a larva on there, and look at that thing. That is a beast, baby. Wow. As we get through February into March, even April, you're gonna see more and more bug activity or invertebrates popping out of the mud, the big mayfly nymphs, and that's just gonna drive more perch to these locations. And they shift, you know, like right now we're on a bug hotbed, but in another month, if the mayflies are hatching in a different location, those fish will just migrate to those areas. And you really gotta kind of just stay on top of them as we progress through the season here.
Oh, is that one fat? I want to see how big this one is.
I couldn't see him whether he hit the spoon or he hit my hooks. You know, I didn't want to set the hook.
This is a baseball with fins down there.
I don't want him to get caught on my deucer. Oh, man. Now there is a prime example of a healthy Mille Lacs perch. You know, I've made my living on this lake for well over 2 decades, open water and on ice. And for these species to be gone for almost 10 years, it really broke my heart. I know perch are cyclical by nature, but I was really worried that this species wasn't gonna bounce back in Mille Lacs and we just weren't gonna see jumbo perch like we did in the past. The good old days are back. I'm glad to say that jumbo perch are here, and they're here in big numbers, and they're fun to catch. I love chasing perch. Anywhere on the planet, Mille Lacs Lake is right up there with all the best perch destinations in the country. So man, Mitch, we put in the work, we drilled some holes. Hopefully we showed you how to find perch on Mille Lacs and how to get set up and have a lot of fun doing it to get you dialed in.